Hello and welcome back in this very awesome and very angry looking car video indeed. I've received lately a lot of cool requests saying that they want to see, a lot of cool fans, they want to see a lightweight track car, or a car built specifically to attack racetracks and attack corners as quickly as possible. So basically a racing car for the track, not a drag racing car, no, a car for track races. Alright, so you get the point. Yes, a racing car. So to build this car, you need a very angry car. You need an angry engine with a very high RPM, with a good amount of horsepower, with the least amount of weight, and of course no one cares about fuel economy or emissions or comfort. These three are not in the equation. You only care about grip, cornering, handling, and of course power and speed. So and of course, because they want a track car, this car should be cheap to buy, not very expensive. Although this is not a mass-produced car, no, because a lot of the options that I've chosen for this car, they will make it absolutely unproducible. I mean, no manufacturer can make it in huge numbers, so it will be like a very limited production car for track day using only, not in the city, of course. Alright, so before we crack on with the specs, this is the car that I made. Looks absolutely angry and absolutely elegant and quick from the look of it, and I called it the 275. Yes, the 275, and I will explain why in a minute. But before we crack on with the specs, I would love to remind you guys that please, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, get subscribed if you are new to the channel, and of course if you want to request an engine or a custom engine or a custom car, I will tell you at the end of the video. Alright, so let's crack on with the specs and see what we did here. We have fiberglass panels, or fiberglass, let's say, body, because fiberglass is just the lightest material here. Of course carbon fiber will be much lighter, but well, for a cheap price, well, fiberglass is just the best option to go with. And a lot of, actually, it's not a bad material, because there are a lot of famous cars, really legendary cars made from fiberglass. Really, I promise you that. And yeah, it's not bad to use this material, although it will make the production limited with and this is the first thing that will make the production limited, and I don't care because this is a racing car, this is not a car to drive on the city. So yeah, it's okay if it's limited. Moving on, I have chosen monocoque chassis. Although when I started making the video, I went with space frame chassis because, well, basically a lot of racing cars go with space frame chassis. It's not bad, it's very good for cornering, but it's heavier than monocoque. Even with the choice of light advanced high strength steel, monocoque is much lighter, so I went with monocoque chassis. Light advanced high strength steel because it's the best option here, because glued aluminium, yes, I know glued aluminium will be much lighter, but much expensive, and it will not be a budget track car, it will be a premium track car this way. But no, I want to build a budget track car that the customers like and the fans and everyone who watched the video to like. Moving on, we have a front longitudinal engine placement because, well, it's my favorite position for an engine ever, and of course it will work perfectly with the body. Of course, because we have a long bonnet here, it will work perfectly with a longitudinal engine placement. Well, if I was building a hatchback or a shorter bonnet, a shorter hood or bonnet, yes, of course transverse will be much suitable, but this car with this body, this is much perfect, and I prefer it because it's my favorite position for an engine. I have chosen McPherson strut for the same reason, because it will require less engineering time to be produced, and it's much cheaper than double wishbone, and it will do the job perfectly. Actually, it's not bad. I mean, really not bad, as you will see in the end of the video. Semi-trailing arms also for the same reason. They are cheap. They are not that. They are, well, they're a little bit heavy than usual, but it's okay. They work absolutely like flawlessly, and with the setup that I've chosen for this car, they work absolutely perfect, and the car can corner hard even with these semi-trailing arms. But the reason that I went with them, because check out the engineering time. Engineering time for semi-trailing arm is 5.62. Double wishbone 15.0. 15, like triple the value, and I don't want that. I genuinely don't want that because it will require a lot of time. And the same goes for multi-links, 18.75. Well, that's not gonna happen. And yeah, push rods has the same amount of time to be engineered. So yeah, semi-trailing arms is just the silver lining here, the best option to go with. +5 quality on the chassis and the suspension technology, so I can make it much more perfect. Moving on, this is the engine that I made for this, specifically for this car. It's the 275 2-liter engine, as you can see in its racing setup, because this is a racing engine, and for a racing car, which is absolutely fit this scenario perfectly. It's an inline 4 engine aluminum silicon block, 86mm on the bore and 86.1 millimeters on the stroke, which equals 2001 cc engine. Dual overhead camshaft with 5 valves per cylinder, and of course aluminum silicon head material without variable valve lift, because it will not work with 5 valves per cylinder. Moving on, we have billet steel crankshaft, lightweight titanium connecting rods, and lightweight forged pistons, because I want to make the engine to rev to the moon, and that's what I wanted here. Zero quality on the internals. We have 13.2 is the compression ratio for this engine, 100 on the cam profile, and we don't have any kind of variable valve timing technology, because it will require a lot of time to be engineered. It will make the engine much more expensive, and well, this is not a city car, so the benefits from variable valve timing on a racetrack, well, I mean, some of you would say variable valve timing is an important technology. It will give more low-end torque. It will smooth the curve for the power and torque. Well, that's correct, but it will require a lot of time to be engineered, and it will cost more money, and I don't want that. Zero quality on the camshafts and everything related to them. Naturally aspirated engine, direct fuel injection with individual throttle bodies or throttle per cylinder, or as car enthusiasts will call it, ITBs. Racing intake manifold, super 98 octane fuel, because, well, ultimate 100 octane fuel, because no one can, I mean, when you buy a cheap track car, you will not put very extremely high octane fuel in it, because it's very expensive, really expensive. Racing fuel is very expensive, so I'm gonna go with the regular 98 octane that you can find it in a regular petrol station or a gas station. So yeah, that's why I kept the tune for this engine on 98, because it's more suitable for anyone who wants to drive this car and use it without spending so much money on fuel. Because, well, as you can see, the engine is producing 275 horsepower, and putting racing fuel for a 275 horsepower engine, well, that's, I mean, people will laugh at you, because racing fuel usually, because a lot of people that uses race fuel, they use them on really high tuned V8s and V12s and massively turbocharged engines. But well, on a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, well, you will be a laughing stock. So regular 98 will fit the profile. 12.8 is the air fuel ratio, 91 on the ignition timing, with of course 9,000 RPM for this engine, because the internals can take only 9,100 RPM, so I'm gonna keep it safe with 9,000. +1 quality on the fuel system. Racing tubular headers, as you can see, no mass production at all. Well, I don't even care if there is no mass production. Even if I'm gonna make a single car out of it, it will be just perfect. And it looks absolutely amazing, and as you will hear later, it will sound absolutely perfect. Perfect race car note, race car exhaust note, perfect. Single exhaust pipe, of course, 69.8 millimeter on the exhaust diameter, or 2.8 inch exhaust diameter. No restrictions whatsoever, because it's a track car, a racing car. Well, no one cares about these. Zero quality, because if I increase the quality more, yes, I will have a little bit, like a tiny hair of horsepower and torque, but it will quieten the engine so much. It will make the engine more quiet, and I don't want that. I mean, I really wish that I can put it on -15, so I can make the engine to sound like really the devil's car. Let me demonstrate. So this is the sound of the engine with zero quality. zero quality exhaust. Sounds absolutely brutal, right? Alright, let me demonstrate what a -15 exhaust system will do. A little warning, please, if you are wearing a headphone or if you are using your mobile phone to listen to this video, just lower the volume a little bit, because I don't want your mobile phone to explode, or the speaker to explode, and then you will tell me that you should fix it for me. But because I'm not gonna fix anything, so yes, caution, just lower the volume. And yes, because let me show you something. As you can see, the power will drop really hard, but check out the loudness from 90 points to 119.5. yeah, and increasing the exhaust diameter a little bit, it's 261 horsepower. That's good. Alright, so let's fire it up. Oof, let me lower the volume. Alright. My god, my ears, oh my goodness, it sounds very loud. And oh my god, I mean, if you had your headphones on, fully on, and you didn't listen to me, well, it's your loss. I think your headphones are just dead, but you get the point. Now, yes, with -15 quality you will have a very loud exhaust system, and yeah, I really want that, but unfortunately, well, as you can see, the customers, they actually want really loud exhaust system, but I cannot accept this kind of power. Really, I hate this amount of power because it's just hideous. So I'm gonna go with, yes, what did we do here? Oh yes, I remember the exhaust system. Yeah. Alright, so we actually gained a little bit more power, and the engine got back to 94 points, which is much quieter. But by the way, the engine is still producing 275.6 horsepower, so it's officially 275 horsepower, because I'm not going to change the name of the car, and well, the engine, it's still 275. So as you can see, the engine is very loud, very powerful. I mean, yes, 275 horsepower from a naturally aspirated inline 4 engine, I consider it very good. And let's move on. I have chosen this 2005 coupe or coupe body, zero quality on the body, and the quality fixtures quality. I have chosen this racing white color because it's the cheapest to paint, and of course it's the cheapest to mend if it got scratched or, well, beaten. Alright, so the same color goes for the brake calipers. I know the brake calipers, well, they will get dusty and they will get black eventually, but I like the option of painting them white because it will make it more clean. Moving on, I have chosen these angry, very angry looking headlights, these twin grails, the front logo, front, as you can see, vents and the front lip, and of course the side mirrors, door handles, fuel filler cap is here. We have the tail lights, the company logo, the name of the car, 275, and of course I know it's a single exhaust pipe for the engine, but we have a twin exhaust tips. It will give it more aggressive look and more actually beautiful look, with of course these rear vents. They look absolutely amazing with these exhausts and the tail lights, the logo, the name, everything, with a rear spoiler and a roof antenna if you want to tune. Well, of course, the car, there is no radio inside the car. There is no entertainment whatsoever. But if you are wearing a crash helmet with a what do you call, with a radio calling microphone or system in it. You can use this antenna to tune the car to the correct frequency, so you can talk with the pits. So you can, if you want to request what do they call it, a pit stop? Yes, a pit stop. Or if you want to request or speak with the pit lane with anything you want when you are racing on a racetrack. So yeah, I made everything so far according to perfection to any racing car, which was really good. I mean, I did make everything, I think so. Alright, so let's move on. As you can see, the car looks absolutely mean with these racing looking rims. The brakes are huge in the front, tiny on the rear, absolutely perfection. So let's move on. I have chosen long ditch rear-wheel drive, as you can see. Manual gearbox, well, of course you need to use manual gearbox. It's the cheapest and the most sporty and the most racing pedigree, because any car enthusiast and any racing car, any racing driver will prefer manual gearbox, because you can do everything manually. You can control the revs, you can control everything using the manual gearbox. It's absolutely highly demanded with any racing car. Well, if I was building a premium racing car or premium track car, I would have chosen dual clutch, because it will be more modern. It will make the car to accelerate harder, quicker, and to respond, and the gearbox will respond much quicker than manual, because it's controlled by a dual clutch system, and of course you still shift it semi manually when you push the pedals, but it will shift much quicker than a regular manual. And yeah, but because I'm building a track budget car, yeah, I'm gonna go with manual. It's my favorite, and of course it's everyone's favorite, and I'm gonna keep it. 6-speed gearbox, of course, that's my favorite number. I mean, of course I could have went with 7-speed, but tweaking the final drive and the spacing for a 7-speed, it's really difficult. But with 6-speed, it just falls perfectly to its own place. Perfect. 265 km/h is the gearbox top speed, and I'm wondering why. I'm really wondering why, because I want 273. But alright, so with 273 and with a little bit bigger spacing, 22 instead of 21, we kept the 0 to 100 time in 4.6 seconds, wheel spin with 4%, and the final drive with 273 instead of 265, so we gain more top speed. Geared limited slip differential, because it's the cheapest limited slip. Actually, it's not the cheapest. The cheapest one is the vicious limited slip differential, because this one uses some kind of liquid that will heat up and it will lock the wheels, but it's just not efficient. It's rubbish and it's cheap. Geared limited slip differential, well, like any car enthusiast will know what I mean by geared limited slip differential, and if you don't know what it means, you can you can pause the video right now. Here we go. You can pause the video right now and read what does geared limited slip differential mean, because I'm not going to explain all of this to you. You can just read it, and yeah, it's the perfect option. +1 quality on the gearbox and the differential. Radial semi-stick tires. Well, I went with sport compound when I started making the video, but I mean it's not that different. I mean, look, the material cost for sport compound 1,301. Semi slicks will cost you 1,413, so extra $112. $100, and you can get semi slicks instead of sport compound. So I went with it because, well, it seems very straightforward, and it will make the car to perform more perfect. 200 is the front tire width, 201 is the rear tire width, 10 on the front rims for the rim offset, and 20 on the rear. 16-inch rims, rim diameter with 580 tire diameter. Magnesium rims for the same reason, because carbon fiber will cost a lot of money. Magnesium, well, it's the perfect option. Although the customers wanted alloy, really they are dreaming of alloy, because it will cost much less, but it's heavier. and I don't want that. So magnesium, 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 my friend. +1 quality on the rims and tires. Ventilated front discs, 2 pistons, 325mm on the front. Solid discs, single piston, 270mm on the rear. 72 on the pad type. 64% of brake base goes to the front, 36% goes to the rear with 0 quality. We have a fully clad under tray, active rear wing, 94 on the front lip, 85 on the rear wing. Of course, we have 53 on the engine cooling and 100 on the brake cooling, and a +1 quality on the aerodynamics. Oof. We have a single seat only because it's a racing car. Basic interior because it's the lightest of all interiors. Really light. No entertainment, so I can keep it as light as possible. And of course, this is not a daily driving car, so no entertainment will do no harm. -3 qualities. This way it will get less heavy. I know, yes, it will get less safe and less comfort. Well, there is no comfort at all, but I really want to make it much lighter. So -3, it's the perfect value, because if I went with -4, no one will like it. It will be 0. All of these will turn into red, and no one will like it because it will get less. The safety value will get less than the one that they demand. That's why no one will buy it. Moving on, we have electric variable power steering because it's the best and it's the lightest. Electronic stability control without launch control because 275 horsepower. Really, you want 275 horsepower? You want a launch control for this kind of power? That's pathetic. So electronic stability control will do just fine. 0 quality. Let me check something. But yes, they want electronic stability control. +0 quality, as you can see, because increasing the quality will make the customers to hate it. Standard 10s safety or standard 2000s safety because, well, going with basic 10s, it will make it much lighter. I know that, and I want that, but no one will buy it. It will drop to 0, and everything will turn into red. -1 quality for the same reason, because I want to make it lighter. Standard springs, gas monotube dampers, and semi-active sway bars because these are the one that the customers demanded and the one they loved, with a custom suspension setup. But let me check something, because as you can see, I want to go with 100 on the sportiness value. And since we change, alright, here we go. But no, it will make the car rubbish. It will make the car to handle. What should I do? What should I do really? Increasing the damper stiffness? No. So as you can see, we have a little bit of dilemma here. If I want to increase this, I will kill this. If I want to increase that, 17-inch rims, no one will like them. Alright, so 0 quality rims actually makes the customers to like the car more. I mean, yes, of course, because 0 quality tires are much less efficient than +1 quality. So yes, the customers are loving it because it's cheaper. We have 100% on sportiness, but we have decreased the sportiness value and the drivability value and basically everything else. So I'm okay with that. I mean, yes, the lap time will change a little bit because of crappier tires, but this way the customers are loving it more. Let's see the glass wheel. Everything's perfect. Sway bars thickness 2600 in front, 2000 rear. Damper stiffness 2.36 front and rear. Spring stiffness 2.56 in the front, 276 in the rear. minus 0.9 degrees of camber in the front, minus half a degree of camber in the rear. 92mm is the ride height, and +1 quality. And this is the final result then. We have 262 kilometers per hour is the car top speed, which is not efficient. I don't like it. Alright, here we go. This way it's better. We got 4.6 seconds from 0 to 100, from 80 to 120, in 2 seconds. That's cool. That's quick. Quarter mile in 12.55. That's quick actually for a 4-cylinder engine, 4-cylinder racing car with a 275 horsepower. That's very quick. Roll angle is very little, which is perfect for a racing car. No brake faded whatsoever, which is perfect. Stopping distance is very, very good. The car weighs only 275 kilograms, which is very, very light, and it's actually 275.0 on the dot, which is perfect. The weight distribution is 57.7% to the front, 42.3% to the rear. Power to weight ratio is actually very, very good, really good. You can tow nearly half a ton. You can put nearly 240 kilograms of load capacity in it, or people or cargo or whatever, but don't worry because only a single person will sit in it, which will be perfect. And this is the final result actually. So let's go to the test track. As you can see, I already ran it around the automation test track. It did 2 minutes 11.10. 2 minutes 11.10. I'm gonna try again right now and see if this number will change or not. Alright, so I did it in 2 minutes 11.30. I think a little bit. I totally forgot. Is it slower or quicker? I'm gonna assume it's got a little bit slower because of the rubbish tires, but it's still quick. 2 minutes 11.30. It's very quick, and we have reached like 241 kilometers per hour. Really tiny here of 241. And 241 it's really close from the top speed, so I consider it very quick. So let's try the airfield test track, as they call it, the airfield test track, and let's see what will happen. Wow, I did it in 1 minute 18.68. A very quick time. I'm really impressed with this amazing lightweight powerful little racing car. It looks absolutely cool, and I'm sure that if this car was racing in real life on a racing track with this angry looking front end and with this very angry 4-cylinder under the bonnet screaming at 9,000 rpm, well, it's the perfect car. Manual gearbox, single seat, really perfect power to weight ratio, lightweight car, power brakes, suspension, everything here we have it. It looks very angry, looks very cool actually, and you have an active downforce, you have very excellent brakes, absolute perfection racing car. I'm really happy with it, and it looks absolutely cool. And the name 275 specially written on the rear here, it looks very elegant and very cool, really cool. So thank you so much guys for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed the video, but sorry, before I close the video, it will actually let me show you these. The car is drivable actually, it's not bad, it's very sporty. Well, it's not comfortable at all because it's a racing car. It's not prestigious because there is no technology in it whatsoever, and well, it's safe. It's not bad in safety. Practicality, well, it still has a big bonnet, sorry, a big boot, not big bonnet, a big boot or big trunk, so you can put cargo in it. Although it's a racing car, you cannot use it on the street, but it's still good to have it. Well, no off-roading, of course. Reliability, the car is surprisingly very reliable with a racing engine in it. That's very cool. Environmental resistance, well, of course, the body is made from carbon, from fiberglass. Well, fiberglass, well, it can live forever, and it will get destroyed quickly. So yeah, that's why it's 38.5. Well, you have to forgive that. Fuel economy, nearly 17 mpg or 16.9, not bad for a racing car with 98 octane fuel going through it and with a high air fuel ratio. As I mentioned, this is a very limited car with I think with no mass production at all, I think. And as you can see, engineering time, production units, well, it's very acceptable for that matter. Service cost $1,180, not bad, really not bad. And I'm really happy with the end result, and with 10% margin it will cost you $19,655 for a racing car, for a very lightweight car with an angry looking front end, an angry 275 horsepower 2-liter inline 4 engine screaming at 9,000 rpm, 6-speed manual gearbox, limited slip differential, really custom racing suspension, excellent brakes, no fading whatsoever, active aerodynamics. The car is just built specifically to attack corners. Really, that's good. And for 19,000, or yes, 19,655, I think it's very acceptable and very cheap. So thank you so much guys for watching. Please, if you really enjoyed the video, hit that like button, don't forget that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, get subscribed, share the video if you want to share it, and of course hit that notification bell button so you can get a notification each time I release a new video. And thank you so much guys for watching. If you want to request an engine or a custom engine or a custom car, just add my Snapchat. It's easy. Add my Snapchat. It's Lord Bass94, Lord BAS94. Just add me. I will add you on the channel group on Snapchat, so you can request your video over there. You can discuss the channel, you can get new updates on the game, you can discuss anything about cars on the group, you can have fun, you can share photos, videos, whatever. It will be really fun. So thank you so much guys for watching, and keep watching my videos. Watch all my previous videos because I'm really happy with the subscribers. Numbers go up high in the sky. I'm really happy to see that, and I'm really happy to see those likes. And of course, don't forget, I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. What do you think about this car? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think the car worth it actually? Would you pay $19,600 for a very light for this car, for this specific car, or not? Do you like it? Do you want anything to be changed in it? I would love to hear all of this in the comment section below. So thank you so much for watching. I apologize if this video took very long, but the end result is just absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see you very soon, and goodbye for now, my friends.